I was Sammy Davis Jr.'s opening act for a while. Greatest gig ever. You know, you're opening for history. You're opening for a museum of entertainment. I would come down at 5 o'clock. No, I didn't go on until 8 because I knew he was down in his dressing room. This is in Harrison, Lake Tahoe. And we'd play backgammon together or just talk and yap. And my uncle had produced his first gold record, which was Hey There, You, from Pajama Game. So we had that in common. We could talk about that and so on. And I adored him because he was so cool. He was a rat packer. And it was Sammy. And he was so, I don't know, he was so interesting that when you're in a room talking to him one-on-one and the way he would tell stories, that when you heard him say it, there was no way that I couldn't start, not do him. Can you dig that? Yeah. And so that's where it started. So now we have this great month. We did a month, and it was great. And so I started doing them. And again, on the phone to David, hey, it's Sammy Davis Jr. Thinking some golf, or whatever it would be.
But you really dialed in on the Yiddishisms.
Yeah, because it was so weird that he would, say, I remember before our opening night, you got a lot of spilkes? Don't. Because once you do it, you're going to have a lot of nachas. Inner nachas. That's the best nachas.
So he really spoke that way too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I just used it, when I hosted SNL, I did him hugging Reagan, who Joe Piscopo played.
Right.
So now, if I'm at fault and that I should have called him and said, is it okay that I do you on the show? Right. So he didn't know that I did him.
Okay.
Right. So now I was so in love with doing Sammy Davis Jr. and I do it on a show that I hosted. My mother calls the next morning and says, oh, I so loved the show. It was so great that you did the show. That Eddie Murphy is so hilarious. I said, Mom, it was me. And I had to do Sammy on the phone to her to convince her that I was Sammy Davis Jr. So I get back to L.A.
Your mother didn't know that was you doing Sammy?
No. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So I had him on my phone machine, me as Sammy. So if you called my house, you'd hear, hey, it's Sammy. I'm in the recording studio. Can't talk now. I'll get back to you. Peace and love, and I mean that. Beep. So the show had gotten good reaction to it. They were talking about hosting it again and so on. And for me, it was like, wow, I got back to where I wanted to be 9 years ago. Red lights on the phone machine. Press the machine. And you hear, hey, it's Sammy. I'm in the recording studio. I'll get back to peace and love, and I mean that. Beep. And you hear this. What the fuck is that? So Sammy called. Sammy answered. Sammy wasn't happy. So we had to talk about it. Just let me know. That's all. Just tee it up, man. Let me know. Okay? So, yeah.
Did he come to embrace it?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just mad that you hadn't given him
I hadn't told him.
Okay.
And it was so inside. There was Yiddish in it. There was the stuff that... So I understand if he was annoyed at the beginning, going, that's not cool, he didn't tell me.
Right.
But we ended up great.